Hello, 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 my delightful people. So I know we just got through with the Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. They were amazing, fed the kids. Now we're gonna go ahead and knock out a pretty simple dessert. It's something that I make at my parties, and it's really requested a lot. Hey, how do you make that? What do you do? How do you make that? And it's really simple. It only requires 3 ingredients, and it's really quick. So let's go ahead and jump into it. It's called Oreo cheesecake balls. So I've already started prep once again, trying to cut down on how long the video is, especially with it being just prep part. So I'm gonna show you guys where we're at. We have a whole package of Oreos, not the double stuff, just the regular Oreos. You have to crush them like dirt. You have to get them to the consistency of dirt. That's the only way I can explain it. So we're pretty much there. I used the bottom of my hot sauce bottle. Don't worry, I washed it off before I did, of course. But we're pretty much there to the consistency we need. Dirt is your go-to when you want to think about what you want this to look like or what you want this to feel like between your fingers, right? So we're pretty much there. We got a few more little pieces that we can mush. I did it like the old school. I see Indian people on like old school food videos, and I see them doing their spices like this. So this is kind of how you want to get it done. A food processor will actually be great. But like I stated in the other video, we're having some problems with the food processors, so I had to do it the handyman way, the hard way, shall I say. Okay, so again, that consistency is just fine there that we have there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my spoons, and as you can see, it's like dirt, right? That's Oreos, cream and everything. That's a whole package of Oreos there, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around so I can go ahead and put the phone down so we can really get started with things. Sorry guys. There we go. Awesome. So you already know we have our Oreos, whole package, cream and everything in the bowl, ground it to the consistency of dirt. Okay? And what you're gonna add doesn't have to be name brand. Pretty much the same unless you're making cheesecake. Philadelphia is the way to go. But we're gonna make these balls, and you can use any kind unless you prefer a certain kind. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 block of cream cheese. I'm gonna add that to the grounded up package of Oreo, and you're gonna add the whole block. The whole block. Come on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a spoon on my drawer here. That's why I like making the videos here, because everything's handy here where I'm standing at in my kitchen. I'm gonna need to scrape all that out, okay? So however you want to do it, you can use your hands or whatever you want to use to go ahead and get this done. But this needs to be mixed until it's like a mud consistency. So we start off with dirt. Now we're going to go ahead and go with the mud consistency. And this is not working well. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to scrape all that off, and I'm going to just go ahead and glove up. Give me one moment. I knew I was going to have to glove up, so I prepared. Some foods you cannot prepare, I'm sorry, honestly, without putting your hands in it. Just make sure when you do, you glove up, okay? So, went overboard a little, but it's fine. And I got these food serving gloves instead of the latex gloves, so they're not being nice, but much better than that spoon was being. So you have to just keep mixing this and mixing this and mixing this up until it's all one big And as you can see, I'm holding the other end of the glove. I'm holding the other end of the glove so that the glove doesn't come off, so that we're good. Okay, we're getting there. All right, we're just about there, guys. So now I'm starting to use my knuckles because we're kind of like kneading it so that it gets all together like it should, guys. All right, and there you have it. We have our mud. Still gonna rinse my hands. Alrighty. Okay, so now that we have that part done, just want to show you guys how it came out. Sorry, I'm a cooker cleaner. I clean while I cook. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how it came out, what it looks like. See that? It's in there. So that's kind of the consistency you want it. See, it's kind of like a mushy now. So I call this the cheating way to cake balls as well, but cake pops, I'm sorry, as well. But I promise you, if you serve these as cake pops, you're gonna win. The best is gonna be the best cake pop anyone ever put in their mouth. I guarantee you that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do from here is we're going to grab a spoon. And you're gonna take the spoon and you're gonna spoon it out and you're gonna make balls. You're gonna make balls with this, okay? Once you have your ball formed, give me a moment. You're gonna take that ball and you're going to put it on your foil paper and you're just gonna keep making balls, okay? Nothing spectacular, whatever size you prefer. I do them probably about a ½ inch thick. I don't fill up the whole spoon. It's about a half a spoonful, but I make them about a ½ inch thick, okay? And you're just gonna keep making balls. And they're not all gonna be the same. Don't beat yourself up because one's a little smaller than the other. It's going down the same hole. And we're making balls still. Kind of like making meatballs. But I promise they're more tastier than meatballs as well. Okay. It's a bit much. And I don't know if you can hear Coco Mel in the background. My baby likes to fall asleep to that, my little newborn. But if you do, I do not own the rights to that music in the background. I'm only singing that because I can hear it, so maybe you can hear it as well. Just about done with the balls here. My son loves this part. He loves to help. Hopefully he'll be a great cook when he grows up. And this is really simple. You can take this to parties. Take it to a party at work, Christmas party, even a Thanksgiving party. They're going to be swarming around these little things. They pack a big punch. You're probably looking like, what the heck? But believe you me, these little things pack a great punch. And once you bring them to one party, I promise you, your friends will be requesting that you bring them when you come. Hey, are you coming to the Christmas party? Yeah, I'm coming. Hey, make sure you bring those Oreo balls with you when you come. Or don't come at all. Yes. I think I brought this to one party at work. And I'm telling you, before the party even started, I went to my desk and I had them in a container at work on my desk before our little work little festival. And they were sitting on my desk. Somebody walked past. What is that? I said, Oreo cheesecake balls. What? And of course they frowned because for some people it's something that is not heard of before. So of course anything that's not heard of before is going to get a, you know, huh, what? Yeah, that kind of reaction. But I back up my thing. So of course if for someone walking past my desk that was not even on my team, because I got that, huh, what? Oreo cheesecake ball, I had to give them one. I had to. And I'm telling you, they fell so in love with the Oreo cheesecake balls. Like, it was like instantaneously. To where they said, how can I order these? Do you sell these? Can I order some? So, we've made all the balls. We're done. I'm just going to go ahead and wash my hands, guys. Okay, so there is one more step. We're just about done, but there is one more step. I'm going to go ahead and move these over here. And that is getting these bad boys dipped, okay? So you can take a toothpick, or you can just roll them on a spoon, whatever you feel is easier for you. What I have here is just some simple tempered white chocolate. White looks the best on it because the Oreo's are already brown. So I prefer to use the white chocolate so that you get some type of color effect when you're biting into it. And it just looks a little nicer, right? Okay, so I got our clean spoon here. And we're just going to roll these babies around in this white chocolate. And I'm just going to do a few for now. Give me one moment. It's gonna set this here. I'm gonna do a small tray for now. I'm gonna take a smaller plate and I'm gonna put these already rolled ones onto the smaller plate. And if you're not familiar with how to temper chocolate, you just do like a double boil thing. You take one boiler, a bigger boiler, and a smaller than the boiler that you're using. You put water in the bigger boiler, and you put the chocolate in the smaller boiler. You place the smaller boiler inside the bigger boiler, and that's how you temper it on the stove. Some people put it in the microwave. I wasn't taught that way. I was taught the, I don't want to say the hard way, because it's easy, but to each his own. But this is how I was taught by my mom. So I'm just going to do a few so you guys can see how they turn out. So what you do is you roll them in the white chocolate, and I just want you to see how they look once you roll them. I just did a few for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take those over to the freezer. You don't want them frozen, but you want that chocolate to stick. So we're gonna go ahead and stick them in the freezer for a few moments. While those are in the freezer, I'm gonna go ahead and continue dipping some. And you just roll them in there. It's really easy. It's really, really easy. Nothing fancy smancy to it. Some people do a little, like you can buy a different color chocolate and make like designs on it. I'm not all fancy smancy. Depends on what type of party I'm actually catering though. If I'm catering, then yes, I'll do some fancy smancy, drizzle some different color on top of it just so it has some type of color effect. But just like something for work or something quick like that, you don't have to be all fancy smancy like that. If you're not catering a party or something like that, then you could just roll them in this chocolate. Is just fine. And once you're done rolling them in the chocolate, you just let them dry. You can serve them alone. They're great alone. But you can also serve them fancy smancy on a plate surrounded by a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Amazing. Amazing. But that's, again, if you want to be fancy smancy. I just eat them like this. They're pretty indulgent by themselves. And just let them roll off the spoon. Don't force them off the spoon. You don't want them sticking or falling apart. If you find your balls falling apart, then what I would recommend is freezing the balls. Not freezing them, but putting them in the freezer for about 5 minutes just to get them a little solidified, and then dipping them in your chocolate. And a lot of people have a problem with their tempered chocolate coming out stiff. A trick that I was taught by my mom is that when your chocolate comes out stiff like that, it's because it's overcooked or maybe water splashed in it, which causes it to stiffen up like that. And the fix to something like that is really simple. I used to freak out and I called my mom before. Mom, oh my gosh, I have all these apples and candy suckers to make with this chocolate and it is just stiff, like you can't dip the apples, you can't do anything with it. She said, honey, calm down. Just add some vegetable oil to it. And sure enough, vegetable oil, canola oil, not already used, fresh out a bottle, not used oil. But you just add it to it and stir, and sure enough, it completely loosens it up. So if you think you damaged your chocolate, that is a lifesaver, because I'm telling you, it saved my life. It saved my life tonight, actually, too. My white chocolate, I was doing the egg roll video and left my white chocolate on, so I overcooked it. And I added a little oil to it, and it's still wet. And I've had it off the eye for a while, so that oil is going to work wonders. So we have quite a few to go. I'm going to go ahead and remove the ones from the freezer. And I'm going to put them in a little bit longer. We're going to put those in a little bit longer. They're not where I need them to be at. They have to get some sort of solid, in order to be picked up. The chocolate has to solidify. Cooking is calming. Calming. I think it's the only place you can hide from your kids, because they can't be in the kitchen because it's hot, no. So you get some peace of mind, you know? It's just you and the food, and I love it. So just a little bit about myself. I've been cooking basically my whole life. I cook a lot of different things. You guys are going to witness that. I am versatile when it comes down to the cooking. I'm talking real versatile. So you guys are going to be able to witness that. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching me as much as I enjoy showing you what I know. And I just got a food truck. So I wanted to, get my name out there and make a couple videos and let people know, hey, this girl knows what she's doing in the kitchen. Where's this food truck at? Got about 3 more balls. See, not bad, right? And if your ball flips over and it bears I call it the naked side, no worries. Take the spoon and just dabble a little chocolate on top of it where it's naked at, and you're good to go. That's another reason why people kind of decorate them. I wouldn't say decorate, but drizzle like a different color chocolate, because it kind of takes away of the mistakes, kind of covers them up. So if you are trying to be fancy schmancy or catering, or someone purchases some of these from you, that's a good cover up for any boo-boos that you may have caused placing them on the foil that they go on. And we're all done here, so I'm gonna go ahead and place these in the freezer. I want you guys to see the finished outcome. Oh, awesome. So these guys are ready. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the big tray. I did quite a few, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and place these in the freezer for a little while as well. Say, Houston, we have a problem. No, we don't. Okay, guys, so I have the few that I placed in the freezer for you all so that you're able to see the finished outcome. I'm just gonna wipe off the cabbie a little. Okay, so we got about, what do we have here? 5 that I placed in the freezer. That's what they look like when they're done. Again, if you want to be fancy smancy, you can chip off the remaining of the chocolate, throw it back in the boiler where you tempered the chocolate, put it back on your heat, stir it up, and it'll melt back into the form that you needed to keep dipping. But because they're just for home, I didn't, do them all fancy smancy. So that's the out. And again, you can drizzle chocolate drizzles over it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite so you guys can see what it looks like. They're so good, guys. Okay, so there you have it. We have Oreo cheesecake balls. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a delightful evening.